I deposit game in her brain on the regular. Building up a homer, yeah, I'm a hooker developer. She was a pussy peddler till I incarcerated her mind with the game. Laced her, started making her shine, I'm the blame. She liking me but loving the lifestyle. Long as I keep it pimpin', she gon' stay with a bright smile. And this is where you simps attempt wrong. You tryna be your boyfriend, she wanna get pimped on. Let's go.
Bitch, you want all this pimpin' you can't afford. Perform like a punk, but want a winner's reward. Some suckers give you points, but bitch, you never scored. If you ain't paying pimpin', then bitch, you getting ignored. Okay. I'm so sick of these.
Hey man, I tell you, it's a beautiful thing to see a hoe in motion. I'm talking about real poetry in motion, right? The way a hoe move, you know, you just know she been pimped on. Like when you be on the track or you be in a casino or wherever, you know, hoes just have a certain way that they move, and it just lets you know that she done been pimped on, right? When a hoe know how to stay in pocket, when she always in a hoe's place, which is in a trick's face, you know, it's just certain things that hoes do and certain ways that hoes move that really let you know and make it obvious that she been pimped on, right? And see, when you see a hoe move like that, it lets you know that the hoe was turned out to the game. See, you got different type of niggas in the game. You got niggas that's gonna turn the bitch on to they self, and then you got pimps that's gonna turn a hoe out to the game. Notice the way I said that. Niggas that's gonna turn the bitch on to themselves. Pimps that's gonna turn the hoe out to the game. A pimp gonna turn a hoe out to the game. Niggas turn bitches on to themselves because they got them boyfriend tendencies about themselves, right? They be real lovey-dovey with the bitch and all that old type of shit. And see, it just lets you know that the motherfucker ain't really, you know, been, you know, cultivated in this game with this pimping. See, a pimp want to turn a hoe out to the game. A lot of you niggas be having problems. You be trying to have different hoes. You know what I mean? You do a lot of square shit, you know, like, because you've been so square with this bitch, you can't have other hoes around this bitch, you know. So when you do have other hoes, you sneak bitches and hide bitches from this bitch and all this other type of shit. That's a bunch of square ass shit. And it's all because you done turned this bitch on to yourself instead of turning this hoe out to the game. And you probably ain't even got it in you to turn a hoe out to the game, you know. So that's the majority of bitches in the game right now. The majority of the bitches in the game right now are girlfriends who've been turned on to the game by boyfriend ass niggas, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers who ain't doing no pimping, you know, like that saying that everybody be saying now, you know, she for the streets. You know, when it comes to pimping and hoeing, the bitch supposed to be for the game, man. The bitch ain't necessarily for you, she's for the game. And you know, you're dealing with her through the game, you dig? Because the way that you should want it to be is that the hoe is turned out to the game. And when the hoe is turned out to the game, she gonna do some hoeing for you. You know, she ain't gonna have all that jealousy shit going on. As long as you not being square with other bitches, you know what I mean? You pimping on bitches just like you pimping on her. She ain't gonna have no problem with that because she know that's what she signed up for. She signed up to be a hoe. She didn't sign up to be your girlfriend. So when you pimping accordingly, you ain't gotta worry about all that square ass shit, you dig? But when you do square things and you treat the bitch like a square and you behave like a square, you know, naturally she's gonna respond like a square because she ain't been turned out to the game. Pimps turn hoes out to the game, you know, and all them square tendencies come from that boyfriend shit, you know, letting the bitch run the show. Because this is what you gotta keep in mind, right? Bitches is gonna be one of two things: what you prompt them to do or what you allow them to do. And what you prompt them to do, that's some intentional shit. You gotta be intentional, right? So when a hoe becomes a hoe, when a hoe is turned out to the game, you have to prompt them to do that. You have to be intentional about that. You have to say to yourself, okay, I got this fresh turnout, you know, I got this fresh situation with this bitch. I'm gonna turn her out to the game. I'm gonna introduce this bitch to some game through me. I'm just a vessel of the game, right? But when you're not intentional, when you don't prompt a hoe to be a hoe, then you're allowing a bitch to be a bitch. And when you allow a bitch to be a bitch and all she knows is to be a girlfriend, all she knows is to be a square, you know? Hoes don't come out the womb like, yeah, you know, it's hoeing going on, it's HGO, you know. Hoes don't come out the womb like that, you know. You have to build that in a bitch. You have to cultivate that in a bitch. So when you allow a bitch to just be any kind of way, she's gonna 9 times out of 10 be a girlfriend. And that's where you have them girlfriend tendencies from, you know. But on the same token, a lot of you dudes treat the bitch like you're her boyfriend and she's your girlfriend. You got a whole square relationship. The only thing pimping and hoeing about it is the fact that she's going to get some money and breaking herself to you. But other than that, it's no pimping and hoeing going on. It's a whole lot more to pimping and hoeing than a bitch going to get some money and breaking herself to you, man. It's a whole lifestyle, you know, and it's a certain way that pimps deal with hoes, and it's not that boyfriend shit, you dig? So bottom line, keep in mind, you know, niggas turn bitches out to themselves. Pimps turn hoes out to the game. You know, so you gotta ask yourself, are you gonna turn the bitch on to yourself, or is you gonna turn the bitch out to the game? Right? Because this shit all comes around full circle. You dig? You ever been out there and campaigning and you see a certain bitch and you like, ooh, I like the way this bitch move. Ooh, this bitch know how to get money already. Ooh, this bitch just know how to cater to a pimp. Ooh, this bitch just know how to do everything the way a pimp want her to do it. Yeah, that's because that bitch got pimped on and she got turned out to the game. And then on the flip side of that coin, you know, you done had them situations too where like, man, this bitch is so fucking square. It's so girlfriend ass bitch. I can't do this, I can't do that without this bitch being on some girlfriend ass shit. You know, wondering what I'm doing with other hoes and this, that, and the third. Yeah, that's because that bitch dealt with a nigga like you in her past who turned her on to himself. So the bitch understands that, you know, she down for this nigga and she not necessarily down for the game, right? As opposed to a hoe, you know, hoes that's down with the game, they want some pimping in their life. And if it don't work out with your pimping, she gonna go choose up on some more pimping. As I've said before, you know, when a basketball player shoot a basket and they miss, they don't just quit and say, oh damn, I can't shoot no more baskets. No, they gonna shoot another one and another one and another one, because that's what they do. They're a basketball player. You dig? It's the same thing with a hoe. If a hoe take a shot with some pimping and she miss and the shit don't go right, she ain't gonna say, oh damn, you know what, I'm just done with the shit. Nah, she gonna go get another pimp and another pimp and another pimp till she get the right one. Just like a girlfriend, you know, when she have one bad boyfriend, she don't say to herself, oh damn, I'm through with boyfriends. No, she gonna get another boyfriend, another boyfriend, another boyfriend until she get the right boyfriend that's gonna make her happy. Hoes do the same thing, man. But when you ain't turning the bitch out to the game, you turn a bitch onto yourself, that's where you get all that girlfriend shit, man. And just like you want to knock a hoe, you know what I mean, you need to turn hoes out and put hoes out there, you know what I mean? It's the golden rule, man. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. Do unto the game as you would have done unto yourself. You do unto the game by turning hoes out, because you want that to be done unto yourself. You want hoes to come to you. You know, you don't want to be knocking girlfriends and this shit. You want to be knocking hoes, man. So yeah, you can either turn a bitch on to yourself or you can turn a hoe out to the game. It's your choice to decide, man. Let that marinate on your mind one time. Freeze and sit. Go ahead, put on some of this good old love juice down your throat like so. Yes, indeed. I'll holla.
Now come and take a sip of this game. Pour it down your ear and let it drip to your brain so you can run it up, run it up. And we'll be coming up, really coming up. Take a sip of this game, let it saturate your brain. Taylor, make your homework so we can match it with my name. Then attach it to your frame, right? Now you game tight. Ready, set, you gon' check her back the same night. Now you breaking tricks and handling thousands, while these bitches on the blade doing the mannequin challenge. Standing there looking stupid cause they has no